Hakadosh Boker Or, Mishna Yomi Masechet Sanhedrin Perek Vav, chapter 6, Mishnah Bet and Gimel. Okay, 2 and 3. Mishnah Bet says, Hayar Rachok mi Bet HaSekila Ke'etzer Amot. If he's going to be 10 amot away from the place of the Sekila, Omrim lo hitvadeh, they start telling him, confess for your sins, meaning you have to do vidui. Sheken derech mumatim etvadim, because it's always a practice that whenever they die, they get executed, they first have to confess. Shekol hamitvadeh yesh lo chelek olam haba, because anybody that confesses is going to have a chelek in the olam haba. Sheken matzinu be'achan, but that's what we found by Achan. Remember, Achan was sentenced to death by Yoshua, right? Because he benefited from the ma'al, from the me'ilah of Yericho. Shamar lo Yoshua, that Yoshua came and he told him, Beni, my son, simna kavod Hashem Elokei Yisrael v'ten lo todah. He comes and he says, give honor to Hashem and make a confession to him. Right? So, and then what Vayan Achan et Yoshua, Vayomer Omna Anochi Chatati v'kazot, I sinned, and this is what I did, v'chulu v'chulu v'chulu. Uminayin shekipel lo vidu. So how do we know that it actually atones? Yeah? How do we know that it atones? Shneimar b'says el pasuk, Vayomer Yoshua, mea achartanu yakecha Hashem b'yom hazeh. Why did you ruin us? Hashem shall ruin you on this day. Hayom hazeh atachur. Only today you're achur, you're disgusted, you're ruined. Meaning that you see from here that the second that he confessed, he was accepted, and then there's no problem.
They trick him into this, if I remember correctly.
I'm reading a Mishnah. I don't know.
He benefited from
ones afterwards. Yeah, he benefited from Yericho. I said that already. He benefited from the booty of Yericho, and then they went and they caught him. So they had to kill him. So when they're killing him, they told him you have to do confession. What else he doesn't know how to confess? They said so they tell him, they teach him that his death should be an atonement for all of his sins. That's how they teach him what to say. Rabbi Yehuda says, if he knows that he's innocent, right, and he's been a victim of a plot, meaning he knows that there's a din zomim involved, meaning that obviously he's innocent. He has to say, let his death be an atonement for all of his sins except for this sin, because he's being executed for the wrong reason. Amrulo, the Chachamim told Rabbi Yehuda, you don't do that. You know why? Because that means everyone's going to do that. Meaning everybody's going to be a smart guy. They're all going to say, this should be an atonement for them except for this sin. What a kilu, that they're clean of the sin. It's not true, right? But they're just saying it just to clean their name. So obviously the Chachamim come and they say, we don't do such a thing. Okay? Mishnah Gimel. Hayar achok mi bet haskila arba amot. What happens if he's only 4 amot away from the bet haskila? Mafshididin oto begadav. They're going to remove his clothing. Okay, then they would cover him slightly, right? Yeah, only so he says over here. Okay, obviously this is going to be for the man. We're going to speak about it. He says over here like this. It says, right? What does that mean? They remove the clothing, and then it says, "Hayish mechasinoto milefanav." The man, they're only going to cover him from the front, right, with a piece of cloth. But the woman, right, is going to be in the front and the back, okay, which are the private areas. Okay, now he says over here.
Wow, the part is like this.
One second, please, Richard. So he says, these are the words of Rabbi Yehuda, because at the end of the day, it's going to be from both. He says, Chachamim say no. Chachamim come and they say, the man is completely undressed. But a woman is not completely undressed. That means, according to this, a woman is going to be dressed with a single plain garment, and that's what they actually learn from, stoning him without clothing, this and that, but not by a woman. It's him and not her. Right, but that's according to Chachamim. According to Rabbi Yehuda, no, you have to take off the clothing, but then you're going to cover them, right, with a different clothing. It's not that they're actually wearing like a regular gown, right?